So this PowerPoint is to talk you through the possibilities of studying a language at A-level and telling you the benefits of that and what it involves. So currently we're able to offer French, Spanish and German at A-level. So why take a language then? Some of the key points here, okay? Languages are all around us and are used in many situations. They're used for work, they're used for holiday and also in day-to-day life, okay? We live in an increasingly global, multilingual society, so it could be really good to have studied a language at A-level. Okay, choosing an A-level language is also a good move if you want to obviously study an interesting subject. There's a huge amount of career possibilities on offer. They're fun and they also give you a really broad range of knowledge and skills that can be applied in a variety of contexts. Okay, and those skills that you do study and gain from gain at A-level from studying a language are really useful tools for the future. Okay, so good useful quote there. One language sets you in a corridor for life. Two languages can open every door along the way. Okay, I had a look at reasons why people say it's good to take a language, and I found this really interesting list of reasons from a well-travelled UK travel blogger. So by choosing an A-level language, okay, you're keeping your options open for a number of reasons. It means you're able to go on and study a language at university. Okay, you can also take a language from scratch at university. This is known as ab initio. Okay, and universities will want to see that you've been able to master one language at A-level before you go on and take a brand new one at degree level. Okay, you can combine a language with any other subject at university. Fits in really well with a huge number of things. Gives you that opportunity to study, work or teach abroad in the future, okay, with the Erasmus scheme. You can study for an entire degree in a different country, and this can have financial benefits as well. Okay, you could take a gap year to travel with the excuse of wanting to practice your language. Once you've picked up one language, it's so much easier to pick up a second language. You'll find that's true of most of the staff in our department. Often we started off with just one or two, and each of us has added on another language because it's far easier to pick up one language once you've mastered one. Okay, you could count yourself in the 5.5% of the British population who speak a foreign language. Okay, it's a very low number. So you could be one of those important statistics, try and change that. You put yourself in a better position in the job market. Okay, speaking a foreign language in the UK is rare, so it's a real asset in a job application. I can't stress that enough. Okay, so lots of benefits as well as earning more money. You've got a wider range of jobs because you can potentially work in another country. And of course, you can discover more of the world with lots of opportunities to travel and live abroad if you speak a language. Okay, so let's have a look at AS and A-level French first of all. Okay, so when you are in year 12, that's AS, so that's the two boxes in pink there. So there's two main umbrellas, theme 1 and theme 2. So theme 1 is being a young person in French-speaking society. So you'll look at things like family structures, traditional and modern values, friendships and relationships, obviously expanding your French language, but also looking at cultural examples of France and French-speaking countries. You'll also look at youth trends, issues and personal identity, and educational and employment opportunities. So that will include things like learning about the French school system and looking at how things are done there. Okay, so that's theme 1. And then theme 2, which is my favourite then, is understanding the French-speaking world. So that's looking at regional culture and heritage in France, French-speaking countries and communities. So looking at things like music, film, food, etc. in different French-speaking places. And also the second part of that is looking at literature, art and film and music in the French-speaking world too. Okay, alongside those two large themes, obviously you perfect your grammar, so lots of grammar study, the building blocks of language. Okay, In year 13 then you go on to 2 more themes. So the first theme is diversity and difference, so looking at migration, integration, cultural identity and marginalisation, etc., discrimination and diversity. And then the second theme is looking at an important time during France's history. So that's the occupation and the post-war years. So when France was occupied by Nazi Germany from June 1940 to May 1945, and what it was like to live in France at that time. So you've got the cultural dimension, what happened to things like cinema and literature during that time, and then how France recovered from that. So all of this is done through the French language. You've got a variety of skills that you've been used to at GCSE, so that's speaking, listening, reading and writing. Okay, but some of the benefits, okay, you work with experienced teachers, so it's normally myself, Mrs. Tinkler and Miss Coops, who often teach the A-level French, okay, and we'll guide you through different aspects of the course alongside with the grammar. And you can see with some of our recent results that students have done very well, okay, as long as they have good attendance and put in the work, okay. It is a lot of hard work, but it's very rewarding, okay, and most people really, really enjoy it. Okay, this slide just takes you through how French A-levels assessed, and this actually applies to Spanish and German as well, if you're interested in those. So at AS, you've got the speaking exam, okay, which is 12 to 15 minutes. And task 1 on that is arguing a point of view based on a written stimulus. So it might be something like taking one side of the debate, are you for or against marriage, etc. Okay, and then you have the second point, which is discussing a written text and questions following that on another topic, okay? Then the second part is the listening, reading, translation and critical response in writing, that exam there. Okay, so that is one paper that covers all of those skills. The part D, critical response in writing, is about a film, which I will show you on the next slide. So as well as those topics, at AS level you study a film, and in A2 you study a book. Okay, and on the right hand side of this slide then takes you through the different papers in the A2 exam. So your speaking exam is based on an independent research project. Okay, so you research something of your choice that is linked to France or French culture. Second exam is listening, reading and translation, and then the third exam is an essay based on the book that you studied at A2. Okay, so to finish with the French, we'll just have a little look. So this is the film that we study at AS level. When you've got a moment, have a click on that link and that will take you to the trailer. So this film is set during World War II and the German occupation of France, and it follows the events of a group of Jewish family and friends based on the shocking events of July 1942 in Paris, when Jews were rounded up by Nazi Germany. It's a really good film, really interesting. Students normally really enjoy it, okay, and it sets you up really well for A2, which is, as I mentioned, one of the topics is occupied France. So it leads in nicely to that. But there's plenty to write about. We give you plenty of support on how to tackle the writing on the film. But yeah, it's a really good film, so students normally enjoy it. Then, so that's AS. But A2, you go on to study a book. Again, plenty of support. And the book we study is called Un Secret by Philippe Grimbert. Okay, it's a best-selling, prize-winning novel made into a film as well. It's also set in post-war France, so slightly after the occupation this time, and is the story of a family haunted by the secrets of their past. So it follows the narrator and the shocking secrets in their family. Okay, so again, a really enjoyable novel that we study together in Year 13. Okay, so that is the key information really about AS and A2 French. If you have any questions, please speak to one of your teachers and we can give you more information. Okay. On this slide, Miss Coops has included the key information about Spanish A-level. So the French, Spanish and German follow very similar format in the way their exams are set. Okay, so you can see that the themes are the same as they would be for French. You study the same things there. And the assessment is the same way as well. Okay, so speaking for Unit 1 at AS and listening, reading, translation and writing for Unit 2 at AS, and then similar things for A2. Okay, and you'll also study a French film in AS as well. All right, so there are some of the benefits there again of studying a language. So if you do have any questions about Spanish A-level, please speak to Miss Coops and she can give you more information. And then Miss Evans can help you with any questions that you might have about studying A-level German. So again, the format is exactly the same for all 3 languages. Okay, so Unit 1, speaking, Unit 2, listening, reading, translation and writing for German. Okay, and again, film study alongside the 2 themes and grammar. And then A2 German is the same as well. Okay, so you've got the independent research project as you're speaking, one general paper on listening, reading and translation, and then one final paper on the book that you study. Okay, so again, you can see the themes are the same for French and Spanish, slightly different for the theme 4 for A2 there, so modern Germany. Okay. There's the list of films that you could study for AS. Okay, so it will be one of those options there that you go for. All right, so need any more convincing? So an AS or A-level in a modern language is a highly respected qualification. It's increasingly in demand from employers. It does wonders to develop your communication and literacy skills and gives you a significant advantage over monolingual applicants in the job market. All major companies and many smaller ones do business in Europe, and many are desperate to recruit candidates with language skills. The top UK universities rank languages among the 8 most useful A-level subjects students can study, as they provide more flexibility in degree course choices than many other subjects. A language combines well with any subject and is considered as a facilitating subject by universities. Okay, plenty of career opportunities. A global market demands language skills. A language qualification vastly increases your employability. And listed below there are many of the potential careers that languages can take you into. Okay, so this is only a taster of what the course involves. Like I say, we've all got plenty of experience in the languages department. Please come and see us if you have any questions. Okay, so speak to Mrs. Tinkler for French, Miss Coops for Spanish, and Miss Evans for German, and we'll help you with any questions that we can. Okay, thank you for listening, Year 11.